thanks for joining me. I'm Jennifer, and this is my YouTube channel where every Monday I upload a video of the energies for the week. So if this is your first time here, thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope you are inspired or find any information that is shared today helpful. And if you have been here before, thank you so much for returning. It is really good to see you. So this week the reading is for December 12th to the 18th. And I am using 4 decks this week. So as usual, I'm still working with the Universal Rider-Waite deck. So that's that one right there. And this is for the main meat of the reading. But I am going to do 3 rows. So the first row is going to be the current energies that we're working with right now. So I'm going to draw 1 card, and this will kind of be the significator card for the whole reading. And it is from the messages from the Fairies Oracle. This is my very, very first deck I started working with back in, I believe, 2017, 2018, when I really started delving into tarot and oracle. And I was using this deck and giving full-on readings completely 100% intuitively. And so this is the deck that I was kind of initiated into reading cards with. So the next row is going to be messages from our higher self, and that is with the Sacred Rebels Oracle, which has become one of my favorite ones, and that is by Alana Fairchild. Oh, sorry, did I say the magical messages from the Fairies Oracles by Doreen Virtue? And then the third row is going to be what do we need to know? And this is with a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. And so we have our current energies, messages from our higher self, and then what do we need to know? Okay, so I've already pre-shuffled everything, but I'm just gonna, oops, if I can pick up this deck. Just going to give it a quick little shuffle here. Okay, I just have a little bit more to do here. I'm almost there. Whoops. Okay, I don't usually take those ones, but I am going to take this one. Okay, so the card that actually popped out there was the Ace of Cups. So it looks like this week there is the beginning of something new, some sort of passion. Or it could be, let's see what the reading is all about. But it's just indicating that there's something new, something that is coming in from a higher source, something perhaps karmic in nature, and something that is going to bring a lot of fulfillment. Okay, so the current energies we're working with for this week, we have the Winter card. It is winter, so how appropriate. And we are coming up to, we're going to be awfully close to winter solstice when the end of the week is out. So winter. So the answers to your prayers and affirmations are finally realized in the winter months. So that's a lovely card. So this card feels to me like manifestation. So it's like, it feels that the energies that we've been working with are, where do we want to go? What, it's new beginnings. So of course, in this time of winter, we kind of withdraw from the doing and the busyness, apart from maybe the holiday season. But with the much shorter days, it's the time to kind of withdraw inward and reflect on, what do we want to change? Where do we change our direction, or what do we want to bring about, and making course corrections or adjustments into our lives, whether, it's our business or career or hobbies, anything that you find you were once really enjoying and perhaps not so much anymore, or you feel like you need to tweak it to fit your lifestyle better. And even it could be just listening more to your internal clock, and not pushing yourself beyond where you feel you have the energy, but to listen to that and allow for it and have acceptance for it, and then just go with the flow. But in this card, this winter card feels like you're manifesting something. So you're in the thoughtful creation of manifestation, and you are dreaming outside of your ordinary limits that you would normally have on yourself. So it's like you have these beliefs, but you're thinking outside that. It's like thinking outside the box, sort of, that you're dreaming beyond what you normally would for yourself, because you're feeling called into something greater than you, and stepping into a deeper, higher purpose. Okay, so with that in mind, so in the energies that we're working through, we have the Nine of Wands. So this is very much to me about the passion. So this manifestation of the passion, something that you've been passionate about, and you have been working through, either something that you were going to start doing in your everyday life, whatever this is, or it's something that you have been doing. But like I said, in the winter card, you're making tweaks. So you're either planning something into being, but in the thought processes, you're already manifesting it. It's just not into the physical yet. So whatever this is, it's in the process. But as you are forming it in your thoughts and dreaming it into being, it's like you're trying on different aspects of it. And before you're actually physically doing it, you're taking the thought, and then you're taking the feeling behind the thought, and you're trying it on. And how does that feel to me if I were to do this or that? And then does it feel right? Does it resonate? And if not, then you're like, okay, maybe that's not quite in alignment with where I'm going. Or where I'm feeling drawn to. So you're setting it aside, and you're trying. So it's like this trying new things before you're actually doing them. But that being said, it could also be a case that you're actually physically trying things and then realizing that they're not working. So you are trying other things. And I think that too, in this card, that there might be with some of you a bit of self-doubt in that, about trusting yourself and trusting what you're feeling drawn to try. But this card is suggesting that you are realizing that, and it's actually with the next two cards, we have the King of Cups and the King of Wands, but I'll touch back on those too. With this Nine of Wands, it's like you kind of know what's right or which way to go, and it's trusting that, but it's because of what you've gone through to get where you are. So there's a phrase for it, but it's basically like you've healed from things in the past, so you know what doesn't work, and you're ready to try new things. moving forward. So you have based on suffering in the past, but overcoming it. So you're ready to step into this new phase where there's much more trust, and you're more tapped into your higher guidance. Okay, so I'm bringing it back around to the next card, which is the King of Cups. So this is knowing who you are at a certain level, having been in been in different stages of your life. So now there's this maturation of what has kind of led you to this point, as indicated with that King of Cups. So it's knowing who you are, being tapped into your intuition, and following that, what your truth is for you. And yes, and knowing that you are being guided. And again, just having that trust and being in the flow. Yeah, and being intuitive, trusting that intuition, that inner knowing. And then with the King of Wands, it's knowing that you are protected. So we have the salamanders there on his robe, and then the salamander on the beside him on a throne. So he, it's the protection, but also the lion. So we have the Leo aspect, and being, having that leader, and just you are following your own guidance, and it's like you are leading yourself. You're not being led, but you are following your own path. And there's a feeling of confidence in knowing that you are on the right way, on the right path, if that makes sense. Okay, so next second row, we have messages from your higher self. And so we are starting this with the faith in the process. Oh my gosh, that is a great card for everything I had just said. So your higher self is leading you on all this because you have the faith, you're keeping the faith. And if you are doubting it, then your higher self is saying, have faith here. So it's some encouragement if you need the encouragement. But there's a surrendering into the flow and into knowing that you are on the right path, and knowing that it's all working out, and that you are being divinely guided. So there's just the having the faith process. So in that having faith, you are surrendering control of a lot of the aspects. There's certain things you can control, like how you respond and how you choose to do things and set forth on this journey, this path that you are tweaking and trying things out on. But there's going to be a balancing. So balancing in that Justice card of I feel like there's different balances here depending on where you are in this reading. So there's a balancing of the physical and the spiritual. So there's a blending of the two. So you're carrying more of the your higher self, the higher dimensional being of who you are in the physical body. So there's that. There's also the physical part alone, which is just you are aware of your boundaries, and you are realizing that, nope, this is where I need to say no, and that you are putting yourself first and your needs first. So there's having faith in that in saying no to external things, whatever it might be, and allowing yourself space and having more self-love and showing yourself more self-love. There is a balancing in your energies there. But also, I think also just a balance of what you feel you should be doing as opposed to feeling you are being called to do. So there's that, the external influences as opposing the internal. So there's a balancing of that, recognizing each for what they are, and then making the appropriate choice for you. In the having faith process. So we're now into the next card in that row, and that is the Six of Swords. So in this journey, it's leading you to, I want to say, calmer shores as soon as I see this card, and the person with the oar, and he's pushing along, he's leading you to calmer shores. So it's like you are the rider, the physical person taking the ride, and you can't see what's coming because of all these belief systems and thoughts that are blocking your view. But your higher self is the guy with the oar, and he's leading you. He's leading you on this journey, and you, even though you can't see exactly where it's taking you, you are keeping the faith in that you are being led in exactly where you are supposed to be, and that and indicated here at the card that yes, it is the calmer shores, more peace and harmony in your life. And so we're ending this row with the Three of Swords, which typically is about heartbreak, but it doesn't, that in itself doesn't kind of fit in with this reading. So I see this as tremendous healing, heart healing. So as you have faith and you are making choices of empowerment and self-love as opposed to not, the opposite, and having the faith that your higher self is leading you on this journey, there is a lot of healing of your own heart center, your heart chakra, because there's a lot of forgiveness of oneself and forgiveness of those who have been in your life and brought you to this point where you are, because any experience that has caused suffering have been teaching experiences in a way, because you learn about yourself and as you are walking this journey. So yeah, a lot of healing in this process this week. Okay, so final row. This is, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? And this is, I had invited, whatever higher consciousness wanted to step in with this message for us. So it could be our higher self, it could be our angels or guides, it could be the creator, it could be any higher dimensional consciousness. So it could be from other galaxies, whatever. So what do we need to know? So milk and honey. So this is about the sweetness of life. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm just taking in the energies of this row here. So it is indicating the sweetness of life with this milk and honey to me, that it's about, to me, what I'm feeling is the richness of being human and having the experience and all the perceived ups and downs. I mean, they're all just experience. It's the conditioning of the ego believing that they're negative or positive and based on how it feels, right? If it feels positive, then obviously it feels really good and light and happy. And if it feels negative, it's causes, it's like a suffering, but really it's, that's just an indication of how in alignment we are with who we are. Okay, so in that sweetness of being human and all the experience of it, the suffering and the joy, there's the judgment. So in the contrast of the suffering and the joy, we evolve from that, so we can make choices for ourselves that feel better and that bring us more lightness into our bodies and our vibration. So it's that contrast that is part of that sweetness, right, with the milk and the honey. And so with the Judgment card, it's about the awakening and having that contrast so that we can evolve and grow. And then next card, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is saying that, yeah, you're supported. The universe is, you're part of the universe. So you are creating all this. It's the reminder that life is, and I know this is quoted a lot, but it kind of fits in here, and it just popped into my mind, that life is happening for you, not to you. So everything is always working out for you. And I've heard that a lot too. So I not to get real general here, but I know the readings are pretty general, but it is a general reading. So it's the Ace of Pentacles, that it's the reminder that you are the manifestor of your life. So you are the creator and how you want to have your experience here. And so even through the suffering, it is with that unconditional, universal love, that even though it doesn't feel like it, and it feels like you're cut off, but you are always loved, and you're always being led by your team in the spirit realm that you may or may not perceive, and your higher self, and it's all part of it. And a lot of this was already planned before you even came into the body. But we have part of the human experience. We have such our vibration in our bodies. We come in and it's so much lower, and we forget, and then we have all this conditioning, and how the mind comes in and does this, and then we have this all the contrast to create suffering, and then make us choose different, and learning about ourselves and who we are, and how we evolve through that, and how we are ultimately, we choose how we want to have this experience, whether it feels like it or not. But it's coming back into remembering and having that empowerment, being self-empowerment, to realize that it's all in here. This is where it all starts. So just, that Ace of Pentacles, how you're supported, and you're the creator, you're the master here. And then finally, we're ending the reading with the Four of Pentacles. And this is a feeling of, I know we've had this one before, but I feel a lot of contentment. So it's like at the end of this week, there's the manifesting, the having faith in the process, that you're coming more into balance. And although this is for the week, it feels like this is actually for much longer. This feels like more of a much more longer time, especially with this ending with the Four of Pentacles. And it's just that feeling of contentment and of abundance, and that there's a building of something here as well. So it's like you've reached another stage, and along your path. And when I say stage, it's not like this, it's more like a spiral. So we're always continuing around. So it feels like some of these things have happened before, but we're at a different place of understanding in it, so we can choose from a different perspective. And so this Four of Pentacles is it's a building of something in this path, a building of security, a feeling of security, a feeling of peace, a feeling of joy, a feeling of that you can tap into if you're ever feeling like shaky, if you're on shaky ground. So it's like this foundation of self-knowledge, or knowing thyself, knowing yourself and who you are, that you're building through all of this. Okay, wow, that just seemed like a really deep reading, like really, really deep, but beautiful and kind of profound as well. And then just, I'm going to touch back on this Ace of Cups that fell out again, that I had touched on at the beginning. And so even though I had said the Winter card was going to be significator, actually it feels like this Ace of Cups that jumped out was a significator. So it's the start of a building on, oh, wait a second, that's what I just said was the last card. So they actually kind of feel the same to me. The feeling of abundance and joy, and feeling of, I'm trying to tap into what I was feeling with that card again at the beginning, because I forget what I said, because I was just going by how it felt. Overflowing of abundance and happiness and joy and love, a passion. Yeah, that's what it was. And that's what kind of this whole reading is about. So anyways, that's it for the week. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. And please join me again next week. And in the meantime, please be well and remember that you are loved, and I love you. Take care. Bye for now.